Good morning, everybody. Just want to introduce myself. My name is Jose Mendoza. 22-year Army retired veteran, retired at First Sergeant out of Fort Hood. I just wanted to talk a little bit about myself and what I wanted to start here. Um, like I said, 22 years service, retired First Sergeant. And just wanted to put out, just different ways of what you could do from when you get out. Everybody thinks that they're prepared and that they're ready to go out and conquer the world, but in all actuality, nothing prepares you for when you're out. A lot of people say, "Oh, I already got a lot job lined up," and they might, they might, and that's great. That's what everybody should aim for and should shoot for. But most of the time, when you get out, a lot of those jobs fall through, or you end up getting with something that you really didn't want, or you know, I after I got out. Um, I was depressed. I was dealing with PTSD. I was doing everything and anything, everything you can think of, a soldier goes through. Um, I wasn't ready to get out, circumstances, with my health, made it impossible for me to continue. Um, I wasn't, I still had 10 more years to go, if it was up to me, but it wasn't. I made the decision of just okay, I'm gonna step away, move over, and let somebody else do the job because I was if I would have chose to stay, then I would have been just in the way, and I don't think that's fair for anybody. So you know, at first it was hard because when you're not ready to leave that life, the structure and the discipline that you are, that you have been living with for, like me, 22 years. I wasn't ready, but I had to do something, and I knew I didn't want to really go and work for anybody or be a contractor, because that's pretty much all the jobs you can get. You have to go back overseas, and the last deployment that I did in 2012, I told myself that was the last thing. That was the last time I wanted to deploy. It wasn't the same anymore. I was getting older. I was missing my family, and I mean, maybe this was a blessing in disguise. I don't know. But of course, you had to, I was dealing with the anxiety and the stress and the the separation. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what you were gonna deal with, and so I started doing something to keep my mind off of that, and I started doing woodwork. I had no idea what I was doing. I'd done woodwork. I've done, other things before, but I really had no idea of what I was doing. Um, it's it's something that will take your mind off of everything else because if you are as passionate as any soldier out there, what I'm saying, that you want to know your job, you want to learn everything about it, then this will take your time, and will take your mind off of all the stuff that you really don't need to be dealing with because it's not even, it's not even your your place to worry about anymore. So, I want to start doing this. Hopefully other soldiers will or other retirees will you know follow suit and start doing. This doesn't have to be your job. This doesn't have to be your your everything. This could be a hobby, something that will, when you are in that place, then in that dark place, that everything is shutting down, and maybe you can escape to that, and then just bring you back out. So it's something that I went through, and I'm sure something that a lot of people go through. But working with your hands, you don't have to have a big shop. I don't have a big shop. I do my work out of my garage. I This is my think tank. This is my my escape. This is my home away from home. Even though I just opened the door and then I'm home. So, but this is, for me, has been lifesaver. Like I said, everybody, I'm sure not everybody, but a lot of soldiers go through. They get in that deep, dark hole, and sooner or later, there's no light at the end of the tunnel. So it's just like I said. I wanted to start this, and hopefully, I get some views out here that it's going to help those that are where I was and help me get out. I try to go the cheapest route. I go out and I pick up pallets. I go and curb alerts I get from Facebook, and I go and pick up wood, and that's what I use. I don't. I try not to go to Home Depot or Lowe's and spend all that money. And if I do, I usually get the fence wood or something cheap, unless I get an order from somebody that says, "Hey, can you make this for me?" And then of course, you put it into the expense, but that's something for later. It's hopefully, like I said, I get to help some people, and maybe you can message me, or get in contact with me, email me or whatever, and I can help you out. I mean, that I don't, it's not like I got a store. I am starting my own business, but again, I always have time for somebody in need or somebody that needs to talk to. It doesn't have to be about wood. Just call me and we can shoot the shit, or whatever. Again, my name's Jose Mendoza. I do have my own business. I call it Tops Woodwork here in Killeen, and I don't have like I said, I don't have a shop. All of my creations, everything that I do, I go out to the farmers market and I hang out with the old timers there, retirees also. It's one of the funnest things I do throughout the week, because you think you're the only one, but when you hear their stories, and when you hear what they've gone through, and when you hear what they've, everything just seems like it's minute compared to what other people have gone through. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we embellish some stories, here and there, but again, it's all in fun, and it's to make each other feel good, because when you're amongst those people, you know what they're feeling, and they know what you're feeling. All right. So again, I'll start off with I'm gonna do a tutorial on how to make a pallet, or a paddle, and this is from Pallet Wood. Okay, so keep me in mind, hit like on my page, and hope you come back and see what I come up with. All right, thanks.